Alright, y'all, we got a long ass video. This is a little 20-minute video. I don't feel like editing this too much. So without further ado, we're going to jump into this interview. This is Dewanna Bonner's Indiana Fever introductory press conference. Let's go ahead and get into it, Mike. Check me out, Mike.
Thanks, Jackie.
Catch
Thanks,
me
everyone,
outside,
for coming
Mike.
out today.
Amber
it really
Cox,
is
what
an
up with
incredible
you,
day
Mike?
for our franchise as we welcome
Indiana
Dewanna
Fever
Bonner,
changed
who
their
is one
leadership,
of
didn't
the
they?
greatest.
Damn,
players
I'm
in
damn near lost on
WNBA
who.
history
I only
to
know
the
the new
Indiana
players
Fever.
on Indiana. I don't even know the actual leadership. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I think when we talk about the greatest players in the history of the WNBA, DB doesn't get mentioned enough. But when you look at her resume, there are very few people that compare to all of the accomplishments that she has put on her resume thus far. She, with just 7 points, will become the third all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. Among active players, she is second in rebounds, steals, and three-pointers made. She has played in more playoff games than any player in the history of the WNBA, missing the playoffs only one time in her illustrious career. She has 2 WNBA championships, countless All-Stars, made it to the finals and semifinals on numerous occasions, including the last 2 years with Steph in Connecticut. And
Are y'all hearing that
arguably,
background
those were
noise?
2 of her best statistical years of her career. I like to tell
Are y'all
DB
hearing that?
often, she's like fine wine. She gets better with age. And what truly makes DB really special is her drive to win. This is my 3rd time having the opportunity to work alongside DB. And since her rookie season in 2009 in Phoenix, when you ask DB
There's like something
what is
playing in the
most
background.
important to her, the answer has never changed. I just want to win. And it's the same today as it was in 2009. And so we're so lucky to get this incredible, incredible basketball player to join the Indiana Fever. But I can tell you, I am equally as thrilled to have Dewanna Bonner, the person, join us. You guys are going to love getting to know her. She's an unbelievable mom to Callie and Demi, a tremendous teammate, and a really loyal friend. So DB, thank you for believing in our vision. Welcome to the Fever.
Thank you.
I hear something in the background playing, but I don't have anything else.
Not sure we have
playing.
much more to say after that,
Right.
but we'll start with Scott.
Feel like you can be most impactful to a younger team that's on the rise at the moment?
This decision was kind of selfish.
Okay, so I
I
hear.
thought about me,
Sorry to
my
interrupt,
family.
DB.
My kids are 3.5 hours up the road, so that was huge. So
I hear something playing in the background,
just
but it
an
gets
opportunity to
quieter
spend a little bit
when
more time
the
with
reporter
them.
asks the
And
question.
also
So I
joining
think
a
it's
team
the
that's
audio
just
from
impressive.
the
I
video,
think
which is
everybody's seen
weird.
the
But
second half of
I'm
their
just
season,
trying to
and
make
it
sure
was
that
an
it's not me.
unbelievable season, and I just felt like they had a dynamic core, and I just wanted to be another puzzle piece into what they had, and hopefully I can give my knowledge, my leadership, and give it to these young players. So when I retire, they can pass it along. So I feel like they're young, but I also feel like they're a great young. They don't need too much coaching and too much leadership. They kind of figure it out themselves, and I'm just hoping that I can add to it and make basketball a little easier for them, and as well they can make it a little easier for me.
We'll go to Tony.
Tony East with the next. Dewanna, you mentioned the impressive second half for this team last year. You also went against them in the postseason. What stood out about the group in that setting, and in what way did that influence your decision to come here?
I just think the fight. The first game, of course, I feel like it was a little bit of a shock. And the way they came out the second game, all we kept saying was like, no, we can't take it back home. We can't take it to Indy. We can't take it to Indy because of the crowd. But the way they came out and fought and almost got that second game just shows the type of players that they have and the vision that they want to go to. And me, I want to win. I'm a winner. I feel like that's kind of been where I am my whole career, and I don't see myself taking a step back, and I just felt like just adding to what they have that we can take this thing to a different level.
Yeah, it's
Chloe
there's an
Peterson,
audio
Indy
playing in
Star.
the back.
I have one for
here.
both Dewanna and Steph. Obviously, Dewanna, how did Steph coming here impact your decision? And then Steph, just
Shit, Stephanie White
what
is there.
does she bring, or what did she bring to Connecticut?
Stephanie, how did you bag Lisa Salters?
impact more than Amber and Kelly, honestly.
What the fuck?
Steph kind of just let me, sit back and make my own decision. She's just been a great friend for me and a great mentor for me, and she took my game to a different level. Her and the coaching staff at Connecticut. So I feel like I had my best seasons in Connecticut with them. Just learned a lot under them. So of course it was just going to be like, okay, I don't have to learn a whole new system 15 years in. Like that's kind of crazy. So that kind of impacted my decision there. But I think it was more so Amber. I've been with her for 4 years. Every year that she's been in this league, she's come after me and made me feel important, made me feel like I'm going to be well taken care of, and I trust her and I trust the vision of this franchise. So I
just realized that is her former coach, now current coach. I don't know why I forgot that Steph and DB were both on Connecticut.
Yes, I wanted DB to be able to feel free from the pressure of us when she was making her decision, because it was a difficult decision. She knows us, and I say us because it's not just me. Like our staff is I feel like one of the best staffs, if not the best staff in the league, and because we understand how to work well with one another. Because we each have strengths that are the other person's weaknesses. But we also are highly focused on putting our players in positions to be successful. So we didn't really have to sell DB on that. She knew kind of who we were, and we're a collective kind of one, right? But as far as wanting DB here, I mean, that was a no-brainer. She is a Hall of Famer, number one. She is a great teammate, number two, and she's a tremendous leader. And it doesn't have to be vocally; it's by example in everything that she does. You don't play this long at this high of level in this league without understanding on a daily basis what it takes to be great and what it takes to be successful. And so, just being around her, our young players can learn about that. And I think the second thing is she fits where we are. She fits how we want to play. She fits the personnel that we have. I love her reference of being a puzzle piece. I mean, we have a young core that we're building around. She doesn't have to, we don't have to run her through the ringer like we've had to in the past. But it's a huge piece because of her ability to do what she does on the floor, and because of who she is in the locker room, and because of the wisdom, that she can present to our team on a daily basis.
It's facts.
James Boyd, the
Dewanna Bonner fits in
Dewanna, you and
perfectly.
Caitlin had a moment in the playoffs last year. Pretty fun one, but how do you think that competitive spirit between you two can push each other? And then secondly, how do you think it can fit with her, just complimentary-wise on the court, play style?
I'm glad you asked that question, because my inbox has been going crazy about that moment. But I think it's just two competitive players that want to win and push their team to get over the finish line. It's playoffs, so emotions are high, tension is high, but I can be more excited to step on the court with Caitlin. We actually had a great workout this morning, and I think we just feed well off each other. So I'm just here to hopefully, give my little leadership advice. I don't feel like I need to push her to be any type of player that she isn't already is, and I'm just happy to be here, and I hope that I can give her some knowledge to take her game to a different level, so when I retire, she can pass that along, to other players. Coming to this league is not easy by any means, and especially her path, but to see what she's already done for this league and in this organization is kind of insane, and you don't see that a lot in rookies. So hopefully, like I said, I can make her life a little easier. Not just her, the whole team, but hopefully she can make my life a little easier.
Reggie Edwards,
about
Indy
this
Sports
team,
Daily.
man.
There is a lot of buzz and excitement around this team right now,
Man.
similar to last season. Coming in, I know this is your first day officially in Indianapolis, but how much time have you had to talk to your new teammates, the ones coming in for the first time and the ones still here from last season, about really what kind of damage you guys can really do,
They can do a lot of damage.
as a new team?
They can do a lot of damage.
I don't think you can really talk about that. It's a process. We haven't been on the court together yet, so of course on paper a roster can look great.
The roster looks great.
But it's going to take
It looks great.
what we
It
do
looks really
in this practice gym, outside this practice gym, how we stay locked in.
shit.
As Steph said, keep the main thing. And it's a process. We want to be better than we were as Steph says, I got this from her too, but better than we are in May, than June. You know, in July, you can't really think about winning a final or a championship. This league is tough. Every game is going to be tough. The league has changed so much, so it's going to be a building block. So can't get too high, can't get too low. And once the team come around and everybody gets together, it's just starting from ground zero. It's a totally different team, and I can't really focus on, you know, people saying we're going to win a final or go to the finals. It's going to be what we do in our goals.
That's facts.
Dewanna, Brad Brown
That's
from
facts.
WRTV
They
here in
just-
Indy.
they just have
Amber
great
made the
pieces,
fine
though.
wine analogy about your career. What about the
DB
last
as
couple
the
of
three.
seasons? Has your game evolved that you're producing at this level this many
And
years
she doesn't
in?
have to
I think
do
she's just
much
telling
now,
my age a
bro.
little bit, honestly.
She doesn't have to do it. She doesn't have to score too
No, I
much
think I
now,
just
bro. She got
stepped
Kelsey
in,
Mitchell,
this
Caitlin
coaching
Clark,
staff just put me
Leah
in position
Boston, who
to
could
score.
carry scoring,
I
Natasha who
feel
could
like I
carry
don't have
scoring.
to
She could be that
work as hard to
utility.
get to the basket. Just
man,
coming off a
Indy
simple
is
down screen
on
and, you know,
one right
getting an
now.
easy shot, or
Holy
playing with a dynamic point guard and putting you in a position to score easily. You know, so playing with
How the hell can they
Kelsey
afford
and
this
Lexi
team?
Ho and AB. It's just going to be, you know, easy to score. So I just think, you know, coaching staff just put me in the right position, give me the ball at the right time, and just making the right reads is just taking my game to a whole different level.
Dewanna, Alexa Ross,
They
CBS
definitely
4
gonna
Fox
have
59
11
here in
players
town.
this season.
This regime has talked about wanting to be the epicenter of women's sports in the country, if not the world.
Mm-hmm.
Having been in the league for as long as you have, what does it mean to be a part of that, and just where there is so much excitement? Has it really kind of sunk in what that means yet?
Oh, man. No, I think I'm getting the impact now. When I signed in Indiana, I was telling Amber, like, can you guys hurry up and make the announcement? Because my inbox was like, are you joking? Are you really coming here? Or, like, they thought it was a prank or something. But just to see all the love and all the support that I've gotten from all the Indiana fans, it has been amazing. And I'm just honored and blessed to be in this position to even be able to sign to a franchise like this in year 15. I don't think people in the league get to even go, you know, past 3 or 4 years in the league. So still being wanted and still being able to play right now, and just coming to a franchise that's growing in women's sports. And I mean, look at this. I walked in, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I ever been in front of this many, you know, media people before. So I'm just blessed, and I'm just honored to be here. And hopefully I can put out the product that everyone deserves here.
On our Caitlin Clark question counter, we have one.
Kelly, you talked last week about wanting to protect the locker room. Just how does Dewanna, the person, fit into that locker room culture?
We're going well. We're going well, Indie Media. I'm proud of y'all.
Competitive fire that
Proud of
went
y'all.
between these two that's a match made in heaven. You know, when you have a group of players that are that competitive, and that is the one thing about Dewanna Bonner, I know for me, that I always put number one when I was looking at her to add to a roster, was she is incredibly fiery, competitive player on every possession, and consistently is the same. So, you know, when you're looking at who do you add to the culture of the locker room and what do we want from that, it's really starts with, do you love the game? Do you love to compete? And how far are you willing to go to just win the next possession? And that's what she epitomizes. And that's why we knew from the beginning that's the kind of player we wanted to add. And then the person, you know, look, Amber's known her since she came into the league as a person. I've always known and heard about who Dewanna Bonner was and is, and that was an easy decision.
Go Pat and then to James.
Kelly, when you think back to early in Dewanna's career, you guys had so many battles back and forth with Phoenix. I'm wondering what this is like for you to be able to be on that side of things for so long, and then now to be able to bring her back now.
Sitting on this stage with her is way better than playing against her. So, you know, it started in 2009 when we went to our first finals. And the other person that was wearing number 24 was going up against her that played for us. But, you know, all the years, the thing about Dewanna is, you know, she's the most consistent, competitive, versatile player. Really, if you just look across the league, you know, I've been involved in almost all 28 years, and there's really, she's at an elite level, the top of the top. So to have her sitting here as we build into this next future and this next era, you know, this is a big day for us. We just got better by signing her.
Dewanna, when did you sort of, or did you have a moment, maybe a quiet moment where you were like, okay, this is what I'm going to do next. This is the team I chose. And can you take us through that process?
Thank you.
Oh,
The
gosh,
process
it was
question.
a process, let me tell you that.
Yes.
It's funny because I kept texting Amber like, okay, give me one more day to think. Give me one more day to think. I said that like 5 days in a row. And they were so patient with me, and I'm so thankful for that because it was such a big decision for me and my family. So, yeah, I actually got a couple text messages from my teammates now, and I'm like, okay, I wanted to make sure that they wanted a vet in the locker room because it's different when you have a vet on your team, and and the goals, the drive, and the leadership is different. So I got those text messages, and they're like, okay, I talked to my kids, and they're like, yeah, Mom, Indiana. Like, let's just leave Indiana. You're right there. Because I'm usually away from them when I'm in Connecticut for, 4 or 5 months, and I maybe see them once. So I knew from the beginning that all the lines kind of connected to Indiana. I mean, the position, the basketball they play. Steph and the AK left, and then came here, so it was just kind of like, all right, I knew it, but it was just like, should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? And then I call Amber, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. And yeah, tears flowed a little bit, and yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Back to Scott.
Amber, can you describe kind of your conversation with these agents and these players, the fact that with you guys on the rise,
Oh, she's good.
but also the fact that you're not only getting calls back, but now you've already signed 2 veteran champions.
That's a good question.
Yeah, relationships matter in this league, and I've learned that from mentors of mine like Kelly. Through the years, getting to know people and just being honest and transparent through the process. Sometimes you get the player, sometimes you don't, but it always comes back around. And I think for DB in particular, I mean, there is that personal relationship there. So I think the trust between us, the trust that she has in Steph and her staff, hopefully made that decision a little bit easier. But, it is a process, and there's a lot that goes into every player's decision, and we respect that. And again, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. And we've been fortunate this offseason to win a lot of them.
Huh.
Go back to Brett.
Dewanna, there's been some talk of Tamika on the stage here. Your paths crossed early in your career. Maybe how was her influence on your young career when you saw a vet like that translated to where you are now?
Oh, man, Catch is great. She's all-time great. She actually helped me a lot in this process. And not just saying, like, oh, come to Indiana. Just like, what do you want? What do you need? And I talked to her a lot throughout this whole thing. And she's just someone that you can go to who's level-headed and understands this process a lot. And I'm just like, Catch, I don't know what I want. I just want to win. That's all I kept saying. I want to win. And she was like, okay, what else? And just being able to go to her and reference to her, and I'm like, okay, if I sign on this dotted line, you got to make sure you help me become a better leader. So that was the one thing that we've been talking about, and ever since I signed, and she's checking on me every day, and she's telling me, things to do, because she did bring a championship here, and I'm hoping that I can lead and do the same thing. But she's just been so great, and I'm so appreciative of her throughout this whole process and her journey in basketball. So she's definitely someone I'm going to lean on heavy to understand, because it's another level to this leadership thing that I feel like I want to learn. I'm always trying to learn, so I'm just very appreciative of her.
I kind of have the hypothetical, Paul.
All right, I'm going to shut it off right there because there's only about 4 minutes left. Remember how I said the same thing about looking for that settle type feeling with Dewanna Bonner. If I had to compare the interviews, I'd feel like Dewanna is where she wants to be, and she's 100% in. She's 100% in. But there's also there's no reason for her to be out. You feel me? Because one of the most important parts of that interview process that I picked up on, that I believe is one of the most important parts, is when they talk about Dewanna Bonner being in year 15 and still being wanted. Obviously, she's still a great player, but still being wanted. You feel me? Because there are some vets that can go by the wayside in today's WNBA. But the fact that Dewanna Bonner is still wanted, she still has a high level of play and fits in perfectly with this team, I think that's really important. So watching this interview, I felt like Dewanna she's there 100%. You feel me? I sense more of a settle from Dewanna Bonner. I feel like she'll probably be here till her retirement. She'll probably be at Indy until her retirement. You feel me? But that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know what y'all think about Dewanna's move in the comment section. Let me know how long y'all think she's going to stay there. Because who knows? This is the WNBA, man. Business is business, man. But I'm out of here. Take care of yourself, guys. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Peace.